it was in the 90s that the Sierra Club brought some lawsuits to try to force regulation of groundwater pumping. In the Edwards Aquifer. So city of San Antonio had been for years just taking water out of the aquifer. And others, of course, were also, ranchers and farmers were pumping water out of the aquifer. And so those series of lawsuits that were endangered species cases that the Sierra Club brought in the 90s is what forced the state of Texas to finally begin to start gently regulating groundwater taking, but that put more pressure on the rivers and on the surface water. And so when the folks at the San Marcos River Foundation started to see these developers, water developers, eyeing all this river water to build reservoirs and dams and to channel water, long distances to, growing cities and so forth. They started to look at ways to protect the system. A gentleman by the name of John Hohn, who was active in the San Marcos River Foundation, really kind of pushed the idea that it was high time that conservation groups used the same rules that the water developers and those that were trying to make money off of selling water, that the same rules that they were using to divert and take water out of the streams for what they call their beneficial uses, that conservationists could do the same thing. And that just cobbling together, at the time, I think it was about $25,000. So not an insignificant fee, but that was the permit fee, that they could, put together this application asking the state environmental agency, the TNRCC, which became the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality that we know today, the TCEQ. That, they put together this application where they quantified the amount of unappropriated water that was left in that basin, and they were able to quantify the flows, the river flows, and they just filed their application saying we want this much water, and it was something over 1 million acre feet a year of water, which was what the science at the time showed was needed to sustain the bay, Aransas Bay, and this important wintering site for the whooping cranes.